Saturday afternoon, just around 12 o'clock or just before 12 o'clock. And I felt an urgency to come speak to you one more time for a few minutes to finally cap what we've been talking about for the last year and a half. And I felt it necessary for me to add this little piece on here, basically because of Local's approach to our village and the information that's been given out to all my residents. And again, finally, to urge you to please vote. Don't stay home. It's your right. It's your privilege. And it's an important issue. And I believe that you should be out there at the polls, not just because it's not a contested, it's a non-contested election as far as the trustees and the judge position is concerned, but this referendum vote is a very important vote. And the reason I'm coming on today is that I know that Local has blanketed our village and has made many statements which I feel are misrepresentative of the truth. You've witnessed the hour-long program that we've had on all week, and we try to address all of that. But things keep changing all the time. And I wanted to reiterate that the importance of this vote is paramount. And simply, I heard today that there were phone calls made out throughout the village. A survey is being taken. And it's a directed survey to Local's point of view, and it's not really a survey. It's basically an advertisement. And what they're doing is calling up my residents and asking them what you feel about this referendum. Should you vote yes? Should you vote no? If it ended that way, it would be fine, but it doesn't go that way. It goes on to actually push for answers or giving you answers that they think is what you should know, and they're all tilted in favor of Local in their fight to prevent us from passing this resolution, this referendum. Basically, what we're doing when we vote on Tuesday is to giving this board, and the board meaning every one of us are 100% behind this, giving this board the permission to go out and seek the correct answers. There's no way that we can get these answers unless we have a yes vote from you. Local has all through this period of public hearings that we've had, has constantly misrepresented the facts. At one meeting they would say you cannot get, no one could buy electricity at the prices we think you can buy it, the 3.5 cents a kilowatt, and then you find out a week later that Suffolk County in fact did buy 200 megawatts of electricity for sub 4 cents. The next thing they're saying that they did buy it, but they bought it at 8 cents. And where this all comes from, I don't know. Then they say that Rockville Center all of a sudden is buying electricity at 0.5 cents a kilowatt because of the special deal that they have, when in fact we sat down with Rockville Center and they say basically they're paying close to 3 or 4 cents a kilowatt. These are little things, but they add up to this propaganda that you've been hearing. It's totally unfair. I resent the fact that they would come into my village and talk to my seniors and my residents and not just, as they say, they have a duty to their customers. I really believe that they are, in fact, trying to sway us from finding out, possibly, that we are on the right track. And I will not sit here and say to you that we have the answers, we have all the answers, and we know it's going to work. We feel it will, and it could. But as a matter of fact, we're not sure of that, but we can be more sure. And I think 90% sure when we have a yes vote for you, we have a license. We are then a municipality, electric company, and then we have the right to go to FERC with a request for numbers that we need to find out whether Local is right or we are right. And we also can go out to bid, and there are many companies calling us on and off throughout the week. When we have a license, they will be glad to come out and give us firm bids. We cannot get these answers, and it's impossible to get these answers without becoming a company. And this is what I ask of you. I ask of you also to not to listen to some of these accusations and accusations as to the people we've hired to do the study. The board, all five of us, have researched them, and we find them to be very credible, very knowledgeable from the point of view of the federal government laws and regulations, the municipal laws and regulations, and finally itself, what can be done with a municipal electric company. And the fact that they say no one has done this presently in New York State, just this year, there were 10 referendums, just like the ones we're doing, put out, and 9 of them passed. So it's happening. It's happening all over. It hasn't happened on Long Island. Lynbrook happens to be the first, and so what? We belong up front. And if you felt that you were to put me in this seat as your mayor and to sit back and wait for things to come my way, then you put the wrong man here. I'm going out, looking under every rock, behind every door, and that this is an area which opens up a vast amount of money for the village of Lynbrook, vast amount of savings, possibly, and why shouldn't I look into it? So I ask you, I plead with you, please do not stay home on the 18th, which is Tuesday. Please come to the polls and vote. And I would ask you to vote yes, give us the opportunity. This board has committed itself, promised you by resolution that it will not spend another dime until we go back, bring you back in here and explain what the numbers we've found out and what they mean and how it looks, and allow you to have input. We promise you that, and that will happen probably within a year after this resolution is passed, referendum is passed. Finally, I want to remind you as to where and what time to vote on Tuesday the 18th. It will be from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. And if you live on the south side of Merrick Road, anyone who lives south of Merrick Road will vote in the public library, in the meeting room there. And if you live on the north side of Merrick Road, anyone who lives north of Merrick Road will vote in the recreation building from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you so much for your time and watching and listening, and we hope and we tried our best to get the information out to you. I know we've been accused of not getting information out to you, and we don't really know what else we could have done, but we ask you to please come out and vote on Tuesday, and to vote yes. Give this board its opportunity to find out if we're right or if we're wrong. Thank you so much.